Hello, everyone. Just getting the thing set up. How's the audio? Is it chippy? Is it weird? All right, we're about to get started. Oh, right. Whoa. You saw me, undies. Can I get a confirmation if the audio is, if the music is clipping? I'm just writing some posts. You know what? You might as well see this. I'm just taking some screenshots and posting them in the Discord and the things before we go live. I know this is a weird screenshot to post. All right, so let's go, shall we? How do I go live again on the app? All right, here. Meh. There we go. And we go live. I find it really weird that Blue Sky only lets me go live for 4 hours because I go live for 5 hours, and I know lots of streamers that go live for much longer than 4 hours. All right, so what are we doing today? What are we doing today, lovely folks? What are we doing? Today, First, what am I on? I am on the data layer, right? So why is this erroring out? So there were some changes that we made on Monday. Those were in PR, so I merged down the domain layer. Basically, we created this filter object, which for some reason can't be found now. What happened? What if I... Now is filter there? Oh, weird. Okay. So I just had to rebase. But I already had that. I'm not really sure exactly what happened there in terms of the Git history, histoire. All right. So are we building? Yeah. So there was basically I pushed the data layer, or sorry, the domain layer forward last week. So we have the filter. No, that's still the. Yeah, here's the domain. I should name it like filter entity or something. I've been meaning to do that. I just haven't actually done it. So yeah, need to get that done. But basically, so we created these filters, and these filters have conditions, where a condition can be like min, max, or equals, right? So, you know, it has to be less than something or greater than something, effectively. I was thinking about renaming those as well. And then we have this definition of a field, right? So this way I can create like a custom filter that has a bunch of conditions on certain fields, right? So I can say, hey, I want this graph to be all of a certain variation and their 1 rep maxes or something like that, or and their reps equal to 1, which would in theory be their 1 rep maxes, right? Or I just want, you know, anything where the total weight moved in that workout was like above 1,000. Like that could be something you wanted to track, right? And then this would be a graph that shows the dates and times of all of that information. Or it's really just a filter that on the main page would show a graph, which would then have kind of a details page, right? So you can really customize how your data is shown to you, which is definitely the goal. So that's what we did. Well, basically we did all of this on Monday, and I'm still merging it down because I didn't get time to yesterday. So we created a filter repository as well, and then what I actually ended up doing for a lot of this was I generated a lot. So what I did is I threw it at Dante, which is just a little server I have over there. So I threw it at GPT-OSS just to like I have the domain model. I know what I want the domain model to look like. That's what I coded or I designed. And then I just want it to attach to a database, right? Like that's just a lot of boilerplate. That's a lot of stuff that just takes time and just takes like there's not a lot of problem solving there. So then I generated the database, right? So the data layer for this project. Right, so what it did is it created this filter repository, which has a filter data source. This filter data source is like this repository is just a pass through. This is something that I understand, but you know, hey, whatever. It's where it's. I'm sleeping in the bed that I've made. Create data layer, and then there were some comments that were made on it by CodeRabbit that I want to fix before I merge this down. So yeah, this was the filter data source, and then the filter data source is implemented. Yeah, SQL delete filter data source. Oh, is this not? It also just didn't. So I guess the. the model just didn't. So there were I did throw a bunch of tasks at Dante last week, or sorry, on Monday, and it got so close to finishing them, but like I also asked it to refactor. Sorry, I didn't do this on Monday. Oh, this was over the weekend because I'm really just trying to test it out. I was trying to get it to refactor my DI layer, and I asked it to move a file, like this file I know, because my DI was all encapsulated within my presentation layer, and I didn't like that, so I wanted to pull it out into its own module. And then it kind of has visuals over everything, and then the application injects the DI layer into the actual like platform. So yeah, that's like how that functions. And then there were things that were in the wrong position, right? So they were like the workout repository was in the. They were basically like modules that were there was bad references because I allowed there to be bad references. So I knew things had to move, and I told it to move things, and all it did was like it copied the implementation, put a bunch of empty functions, and then actually suppressed the empty function linter so that it wouldn't get caught by detect. And then I didn't notice that. I pushed because I had to get to the gym, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to make sure that like everything that was done here worked. So then when I get to the gym, the entire workout flow was just busted. So there was a fix that I pushed this morning for that. So anyways, that was story time. That was Evan's AI story time. Yeah. Story time. Okay, so we have the sequel. Now I guess we just need to override everything. Yeah. And then I just go like, whoop, whoop, oops. Why is it not clicking? Oh, because I was clicking at the wrong spot. So now we have the overrides, and then do like the in-memory filter. So I'm still going to use that for the UI for now. I'm not actually going to like make this. This is just creating it. I'm not implementing it. I don't want to do that in this PR. Right, so I need to re-enable dashboard V3. Oh wait, it built. It built, so we're good there. We're good there. And there, I didn't change the presentation layer yet in this module, so we're good. We built. Okay, so what were the comments that were made here? Save performs 3 operations. Right, that was something I wanted to change. So save, isn't it? Oh wait, these are different. How does this work? Is it? So if I do this is something I'm learning about. Transaction aware SQL driver wrapper that can begin a transaction on the current condition. So okay, so I create the transaction and then I perform the work inside. Understood. and then save. Doop. There we go. That should solve that. I actually just want to resolve that now. Yes, we still are using this one now, and then I also did resolve a bunch that I wanted to. That was fixed, I think. Was that this did a lot of weird stuff, yeah, because it goes like, oh, that's what it wanted to do. And then I added the it. Well, I had the return before, but whatever. This is getting deleted. But that's good there. Method should use to suspend. I don't really care. I'll figure that out later. That's throwaway work. Cool. Oh, I should. We're also going to be a lot more aggressive with the detect formatting rules. I've just been baselining things that I want to ignore or that I don't care about. But instead, I'm actually like, I don't care about cyclomatic. Like, I do care about cyclomatic complexity to a certain amount, but like, I don't care about it in this project. Like if somebody like the ways that I'm running into it are ways that I know about, and if anybody starts contributing to this in any meaningful way, then yes, I'll re-enable them. But it's not something that I care about right now. And usually it's just like, hey, you have like a big switch statement. I'm like, I don't. Oh. Cool. Would there be? I wonder if there would be any interest for like I don't know. I don't have like a weird Git flow, but I do have one that's maybe a little bit different. So I wonder if yeah, I wonder if that would be where it's a plane, it's a stream. All right, we're good. All right, and then I do just want this to merge. So we are gonna hold off on that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this back. We are going to go to filters presentation. We're gonna rebase on top. I'm gonna do an interactive rebase actually, because I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. And then what I want is that. So view rebase options, continue, and then that is how you do a really clean rebase. So yeah, for like what I did there is that was really small. I need to like up the font size of Lazy Git. So what I did there is, yeah, I've been working on top of branches, and then as I rebase, I interact a rebase. So I know the commits, because each branch I try to keep to be one commit. That I think is that I believe is the unconventional thing that I do. I think at the end of the day, most developers try to do that with squashing, but I try not to. Sorry, there's somebody that keeps messaging me and I need to just ignore them. So I try to like each branch or each chunk of work should be like small enough or workable enough, and I believe this is still true with AI, that like it should be like one chunk of work, right? Because if you make mistakes, or if mistakes are made, you want to be able to roll back in chunks. So even when I do streams where like it's just me doing one branch and multiple commits, each of those commits is like I'm doing this task and then I've moved on to this task and then I've moved on to this task. So the commits still like that flow of logic still works. I just do it in a slightly different way. Oh. Screen key. Why you know work screen key? Yeah. There we go. Why did you? Merging blocked. So merging is blocked because somebody needs to approve it, but there's nobody. I need to figure that out somehow. Yeah, I think we're good then. So that was just really weird. So now you can see what? Oh. There you go. I was moving that the wrong way. Excuse me. Okay, so now I can show you what I was actually doing with filters. And this is what we're going to be doing today. So we did the data layer. Now, if I go to the dashboard screen, excuse me. So now if I go here, yes. So here, what I ended up doing is I created a dashboard. So the dashboard lists most of the views, most of the views in this just have items, and then those items get rendered. So I have this no graphs migration view, which is basically, it's going to be the state that people that have lifts but no filters. So like they've been in the old world where like they have a lift. Because I'm gonna end up, I mean, like, spoiler alert, I'm gonna end up scrapping lifts completely. Like if anything, they're gonna get renamed to like categories, right? Just so people can like categorize things if they want. But it's like lifts are just going to get deleted, and then variations are going to become movements, right? So you just have like a workout movement, and then yeah, it's going to simplify a lot of things, and then these filters will just go on movements. I would like this is all just learnings of, I didn't really understand this before I built the app. I just wanted something to do, and now we're migrating. Okay, so when we have no migrations, we show this. So lifts are gone. So then you can say like 1 rep max, SBD. These are the ones that I want. But what I actually want to do is create them, right? So let's create these graphs. Let's show them to the user, and let's plop them in here. Let's also clean this up and make it a little fancy. I also might move this to the top, like above the calendar. I'm not sure, because I don't think users will have a lot of filters. But I could be wrong. I'm gonna tinker with that. I could also allow the users to just move the sections themselves. So like put the calendar on top, or put but like the thing is that the calendar is different sizes all the time, right? Like if I go over here, yeah, I think I'm answering my question. If I go over here, then this appears and stuff moves down. I'm answering my own question. Filters got to go up top. Done and done. Done and dusted. Okay, so we're gonna do that later. It's actually super easy to do right now, but so lifts are gone. Your coaches, okay, so no migrations graph. Let's go to the interactor where we create this. So if it's empty, what's actually going to happen here is this is going to be a data class instead, because what I want this to do is I want it to actually have the graph information. So no graphs migration. So one alternative, okay, so what's going on in my head is there are two alternatives right now. So I have this no graphs migration, which is this UI. It could be a single item, right? Like it could be just like, hey, if this is the no graphs migration zone, get out of here. And then I could put like graph cards on here, right? So this could be like new style, and then we have a list of graph card, and then we could have like old lists graph card, right? So I could do this. Or what I could do is I could have a like data object no migrations header, or sorry, migration header, right, which would be a dashboard list item, and then I could also just have another one for like title. Right. So, and then in this case, what would happen is according to, so my interactor would output a list that would have the migration header, which would just be this bit, and then it would have like a title, which would be like check out some of these filters, and then like a graph card. If I was doing this like server driven UI, this would be how I would do it, right? So you would have a migration, or you would have a header, and that header would have two strings in it, and it would be like lifts are gone, this, and then you would have a title, which would have this, and then you would put a bunch of graph cards. I accidentally backed out of the application. That didn't crash. And then you would have a bunch of graph cards, and then like a title, and then a bunch of graph cards. So the pros of doing that is this becomes a lot more malleable as a UI, where like I can just like go into the interactor, because right now the way that I like reorder items. So I mentioned wanting to put the workout calendar above the migration graph. So all I would have to do for that is just move that up here, right? Oops. Right, like I would just do this, and then now all of a sudden the calendar is below the thing. I know, like putting it above doesn't make sense because I'm this whatever. So it makes that a lot more malleable in that way, but I don't think I care about that right now, and I don't think this is going to change that often, unless I allow users to change orderings of things. The other thing I'm thinking about is these graph cards interact differently, right? So what I mean by that is if it is a normal graph card, like a regular one, when it gets clicked, I'm going to open up like the details for that filter, right? So when I assume that these are graphs, instead of checkboxes. I click this in the same way that when I click the regular dashboard things right now, it goes into lift details. But when this is in the migration state, I want to like check the ones, I want the user to be able to like check all the ones that they want and then hit go. So I think I've answered my own question there. What I want to do is put this in the no migration part, because also, again, I answered that in another way where I want them to be able to check everything and then hit another button, like either at the top or at the bottom somewhere, where it goes like, okay, now like submit, because I don't want them to like tap and then all of a sudden a filter appears and then all their migration stuff is gone. I want them to be able to like pick and choose, right? And then they'll be able to create more later. So like that create button will turn into an add, or like add, or sorry, yeah, like create the selection or like an add button. So what I'm going to do now is we have this no migrations graph, which has a graph card. So I do need to create these filters, because what I'm basically telling the user is like, hey, here are custom filters that you can use. I'm just gonna I keep hitting run thinking that something different is gonna Is anybody getting... I just got a notification that the stream is unstable. Yeah. Average stream bitrate too high. I'm just gonna tinker. We're gonna see what bit rate am I going at. What bit rate Twitch? I thought this was fine. Never. Yeah, it says 6,000 for 1080p. 45? Maybe we'll do. This better not hurt YouTube. Is there actually issues on Twitch? Is anybody seeing any like drop-offs or anything? It's like I haven't changed anything about this, and it seems to be. Ooh, I wasn't recording. Oh well. All right, so that was just me adding the new. Where was that? Oh, all right, that was me messing around with a bunch of these. So let's actually go back into the no migrations. We're gonna get rid of the header here. So when we have the no migrations, this graph is going to launch them. There's just going to be a big checkbox over them to like select them or not select them. So now I need to actually create those filters. So I am going to create these here. So we're going to have just kind of like a default filters file. Oops. So I'm just going to create a bunch of these, right? So this is kind of what I had envisioned for it. So we're going to have default filters val one rep maxes. Yeah. One rep maxes. The ID is the name. Ooh, that sucks. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. This might have to go in the presentation layer just because then I'll be able to localize the one rep maxes. That's also an update I really want to make to the app is there we go. Now we're excellent on Twitch. The other app that I really want to, the other update I really want to make on Twitch is, sorry, on, words. I lost my train of thought. It'll come back. Oh, right, in the app is so, right now, all of the localizations in this app are AI, right? Basically, every once in a while, I take the strings in this app and then I throw it into Gemini or something, or whatever service I choose at the time. Usually it's me trying something new and different. I take it, I hook it into something. So I realize that I'm not actually telling users that. I'm just saying like, hey, I've localized the app, which I really haven't. And people can tell. So what I want to do is I want to say like, hey, by the way, if you're using any of the translations, like this app is really in English. If you want to use the AI ones, you can just be warned they are AI. And I want to let users know, right? So just something I thought of. So now we are going to make a condition. So we're going to do equals, and then it's going to be field. Reps is 1. So reps is equal to 1. There's probably a way that I could do this. And is there any other, like, there's no other way that I can... Maybe I need a description here. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about that yet. That's me thinking too much about the UI. I just want to create these filters, and then I can add descriptions later if I feel it's necessary. Because I'm not sure. Like if a user makes a filter and they name it, I feel like that's probably going to be enough. But maybe I should just add description and throw a field in there because you know it's just probably what I should do. Probably just what I should do. All right, so we have 1 rep maxes. I am going to. What were the other ones we had? Did this? Yes, this works. So I'm just gonna merge. There we go. Confirm. That's just like I know everything passed, and I've looked over the code like 5 times last night, and I knew what we did today. I do not want Copilot. Now let's dive directly into what we're doing here. So, oh shit. Other. Where was it? It was. Now this needs to be a is. Oh, right. And this is an is. All right, so we got that now. And then let's go back to the default filters. We have 1 rep max, SPD. SBD, core powerlifting movements. So that would be, this one's actually going to be interesting because I need to know if the user actually has squat, bench, and deadlift. This one might be interesting because I might need to prompt the user to be like, hey, what are your variations? I could also just filter this based on, so what I could do is I could do like condition dot equals and then field is going to be variation, and then this is going to be like your squat ID, right? So what I could do is I could look for the lifts. I actually just realized I need this. Right, so I'm looking for all the variations where the squat ID and then this would be bench ID and then squat, bench, deadlift. So what I could do is this could be a conditional within the interactor to, well, it will be a conditional in the interactor. So I'll look at the lifts. I'll grab the ID, I'll grab the fields that I think are those names, right? So I'll just check for, hey, do you have a lift with squat? Do you have a lift with bench? Do you have a lift with deadlift? And then we have favorites. So only faves. Any lists that you have, any movements you have favorited. So this would be, so if I go into conditions, we have variation. So, and now we have favorite. Oh, I just want it to be favorite. Because it's the field favorite, not like favorited, right? Yank and word, paste, paste. True. I guess I don't actually need, so it just needs to be, because I guess I could do like lift favorited or movement favorited, but it's gonna end up being movement. And now we have body weight. I don't know what the description for that would be. List of. Then we have our favorite. I don't think we have body weight. No. I don't know why I'm making these snake case. It's not like, so those strings are going to actually be referenced, so it doesn't, like, the keys don't really matter. Oh, whoops. No, I want this. I should have just copied that, but whatever. Body weight. So these are kind of like the new options, and these are like the ones that I want to show people. I guess even body weight's going to be... Are there any that I can like actually do? Because I realized actually all these other ones I'm probably going to want to have to... I'm going to want to check, right? I mean, SPD is the only one that's actually like really there, but I guess I need to first check if somebody has a favorite and then first check if somebody has a body weight. But let's go back now to the interactor. No, wait, I want to go to the filter interactor. Right, I did make this empty file because I put both these interactors in the same thing because we have the V2 source and then we have the V3 source. So we get the filters. I'm just going to be lift repository, listen all. I think I can actually just variation. I should just be able to do that. And then variations set. So if filters is empty, else we'll do this. We'll percent down. No, we'll percent down. What the fuck? Yeah. And then if filters is empty, we are going to be doing a dashboard list item. Oh, wait. Okay, we're going to actually do this really ugly. I will need this eventually. I'm just gonna like raw dog the calls here. So what do I want to do? I want to get all the lifts if it is empty. And then I just want to get the variations actually. So I'm just gonna get them all, and then so what is this? It's like if how am I gonna do this? So basically, if variations dot, I want has favorite, filter it dot lift dot wait. It's like fast any, if it has any favorite. And then there's also has body weight, fast any, it dot body weight. Why is that nullable? I don't know. And then I also need squat, bench, deadlift. SBD equals so this is going to be list of variations dot first dot first or null it dot name squat and then bench deadlift. Oh. Which one of these I need to pull? Now I'm getting poor network connection detected. We good? We good, everyone? It seems to be fine on my end. I do have some drop frames, but like I'm back. It does say I've only been streaming for 18 minutes, which does worry me. Let me just see that I didn't get... I mean, like, my streams seem to be fine. Okay. I've also heard that, like, yeah, this hasn't been live for a very long time. I'm good. I'm good. I think we're good. Stop screaming at me, Twitch. All right. So we have squat SPD, and then the other thing that I want to do is I also want to just get all of their lifts, right? So there will be lift AD. So what it'll be is it'll be new style, and the new style will be if has favorite, default filters.